I don't know, because I wouldn't encourage them to build that up and then offer that on the market as the primary.
Right. And then you of course you hear like, oh, women say, oh, we love when men are vulnerable and that, and then you see that it doesn't play out like that. And like in real life, we see that the emotionally vulnerable one aren't the first pick.
When you say emotionally vulnerable, what do you mean?
Who's able and willing to express their softer emotions to their women, who can like tell them when they're feeling angry, when they're feeling frustrated, when they're feeling sad, feel like not feel like they can't show weakness. Mm-hmm. That's not something that's been promoted from men, not only from men or in with men, but also from women to men. We didn't hear plenty of horror stories about like how women's like what was it? The quote I said, like, you say that my wife and daughters will rather see me die on my white horse than to show vulnerability in front of them. I was like, ooh, that's tough. So how do you go from saying that to we need men to be vulnerable? We love a vulnerable man too, and how is that? We love vulnerable men, but I'd rather you die before you show me that.
That's not everybody. That's some of them.
Yeah. So,
but I hear you, babe, and I do think that it's like a programming thing. I think much to the point of like he has to make a certain amount of money. Protection and provision looks this way, and this is the only way that it can look. It's a programming thing. I think that we all are raised in the same society and have the same expectations, and while we recognize that like that emotional vulnerability serves a greater purpose in terms of like intimacy and connection and the overall well-being of that other person, I think that we still brush up against the like this isn't manly, or this isn't masculine, or like I don't understand like why you got all these feelings. Like I think that we still brush up against that because we haven't had any space in which we practiced.
Mm-hmm. They don't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know what to. It's such a rare thing to see men express their vulnerability. That's for women. They don't even, I guess in their mind, when they think vulnerability from the lens of themselves and the other woman in their family and how that, so they're familiar with how that looks. But that may not necessarily be what a man's vulnerability looks like. So when a man shows that vulnerability, if it doesn't look like what they expect, it's like, does not compute. What is this? I don't like this. Take it away. This is not what I meant.
What do you think a woman wants a man to do when he's being vulnerable?
Honestly, I feel like they want it to be like one of their girlfriends when they're powwowing and talking about their feelings and things like that.
It's not PC.
It's not?
No.
Why not?
It's cancelable. It's in
powwow?
Yeah.
How?
I'm pretty sure we looked this up before.
Okay, sure.
When they're
collectively, are you April Fool's me right now? April Fool's me right now?
No, I'm not April Fool's you, babe.
Okay, well,
but I'm pretty sure that was on that. Remember that little reel that I like to watch with the girls, like, let's go get my coworkers canceled.
Oh, it's some kind of genetic trauma.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, sure. Yeah, I think that's just the best. That's the best I can come up with off the top of my head. The only thing that makes sense is that how a man expresses their vulnerability is not acceptable to them because it's just not how they are, what they're used to, and they are unwilling to see it from the other side or just kind of sit within those emotions, or just learn the ways in which their men or the men around them express those vulnerabilities, because if it doesn't look like how I expect it to look, then you are not doing it right.
And so as a man, do you think that it's a space where you get feedback about not doing it right, and then that feedback makes you not want to share more? Or is it that you share and there isn't any empathy, or there isn't any reaction to your sharing, and that causes you not to share? Or is it something else?
I think it could be a combination of those things. Be a combination. So it's like, not only I'm expressing, I'm doing something that is uncomfortable and unfamiliar to me with you, and then you tell me that's not how you do it. So it's like, so you're telling me how I'm supposed to be feeling, how I'm supposed to express my emotions. So it's like, fuck it, this is a failure. I'm not doing it again. Or I do it, and then somehow we're back to talking about how you feel some type of ways. And it's like, I'm not going to expose myself if there is no benefit to it. I'm not getting anything from it or anything. I tried it because you said you wanted it. And you did it and you didn't like it. Fuck it then.
It's very unfortunate because I think more women want their men to be vulnerable and would appreciate that. But I do think that without the skills to actually be able to receive it and to hear it, you're not going to get the thing that you want, and you're going to be frustrated again with the party who's not giving you the thing that you want. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that when men aren't vulnerable with women, I don't think that women take accountability for not creating an environment for their partner to be vulnerable. I think that it is more like he's just being a man, or like that's just how they are, and not any.
Because this is something that you want, so you got to make it, to use if I were to flip it and use it for something that a man would want a woman to do. So let's say, a man want to introduce something new into the bedroom that a woman's not used to or, uncomfortable doing. It's the man's responsibility to make her feel comfortable in order to, to provide this new technique, service, or what have you. So I can't be like, hey, I want to try this. And you like, and then you try it and it goes wrong. And I'm like, you did it wrong. But figure it out.
You're right, babe. You can't do it like that. Okay, so what about the second part? So the woman responds that, if being a good man is just being independent, having a place to live, having a car, and having a job, and the means to provide for my wants and needs, then that's not enough. Well, she didn't say that, but...
Oh, she said that all women are doing is being able to live independent and have this man being proud of the ability to do that. And I don't think that's the argument that the guy was saying, that like you've become the man that you want. Like, you're supposed to be able to be self-sufficient, to be able to take care of be able to take care of yourself, pay your bills and things of that nature. That's not, like, it's suspicious if you've grown and you can't do those things. Like you miss a step. So I don't think that's what he's saying. I think it is the woman who use that as like some kind of leveraging of to equate my ability to be independent with like my worth as a person. So it's like, because I can take care, it's like I'm the baddest bitch alive. Why? Because I can pay my bills on time. Because I have a house and I live by myself, and I have a car that takes me from my house to my job and where I need to be. So it's like, you're not special. That's the bare minimum, but you're acting as if like, because I can do these things, I can demand the world from anybody. Like you're acting like you are a billionaire. Like, you're not crushing me with your wallet.